Hello there, my lovelies. This is Brady. So, obviously, this is a little bit of a weird episode, and before we get into it, I wanted to just talk about it for a second. So we have on our cast, we have two people, Megan and Jason, who both are actually teachers. You know, obviously, we can't make a living off of just doing this podcast, so we have our own jobs. And with Megan and Jason being teachers, obviously things are a little bit hectic in that world right now. And so I wanted to give them a little bit of a break, but at the same time, I didn't want to leave all the fans hanging for too long. And so I came up with the idea that we would do a one-shot using a different cast for just a single episode showing teachers as heroes. And that's what you get here with Duncan and Drake High School, D&D High. And, you know, we had a lot of fun with it. We're using a system called Lasers and Feelings. And we'll get into, as the story progresses, you'll find out a little bit more about exactly how that works. But it was a lot of fun, and I'd like to thank all of my guests who are actually with me on the Reviews versus the World podcast, which is another podcast that I run. And we just wanted to do this episode as a little bit of a break for our cast members, as well as a thank you to all the teachers out there. You guys do awesome work, and right now the world is absolutely insane. And so we just appreciate everything that you do. Keep it up. We're here. We'll support you. Please, listeners, if you can find any way to support your local teachers, I encourage you to do it. Anything possible. And let's get right into the episode. It is September the 2nd, the first day of school, and arriving early as the sun crests the mountains over the small town of Gary, Maine, several teachers are wanting to get there to, make sure that everything is set up properly. Make sure that they are the good examples, especially with the new principal. Now, the scene opens in the parking lot of Duncan and Drake High School. Yes, that is D&D High School.
Oh, I get it.
And the school has gone through some renovations over the summer. And it looks a little bit different. It looks grand. It looks almost labyrinthine as you look at it from the outside. But there also are some very odd things about it. But before we get into that, first, we have a gray, maybe it was once silver, 2005 Chevy Nova pull into the parking lot. And out steps a little bit of an odd-looking man. And, John, can you please explain, what does this man look like? What is his name?
So, J.C. Lafayette gets out of his car, and he's like medium height. He's got a checked shirt, buttoned all the way up, tight khakis. He gets out of his car, and he kind of just has an odd gait. He's just something about him looks like he doesn't quite belong. But he's pleasant enough, and he's looking forward to the first day of school, and he just grabs some French textbooks out of the back seat and heads on in.
All right, well, before you're able to reach the building, you see pulling up to the bus stop, the good old bus 325, as out steps a man played by Stephen Bradford. Stephen, tell us about your character.
So, Eddie Marco is getting off the bus, and of course the very first thing that he does is he drops his bag. just and of course, bag opens up. It wouldn't be, a character building moment if it didn't actually spill all the contents of the bag onto the sidewalk. He's the English teacher at school. He specifically teaches creative writing for all of the kids who don't actually want to go to a real English class. And the notable thing about the contents of his bag is that there is nothing in there associated with his chosen field of education. Everything that's in there, he's got a collection of Beatles songs. He's got guitar tablature. He's got a whole bunch of just blank musical notation pages, and there's nothing in there that would really help him out as a teacher. He's just here to get through the day so that he can get back home and practice again.
Very nice. And so you, of course, walk into the parking lot and you see Lafayette.
Well, I guess we're back at it then, aren't we?
Yeah, you doing all right there, Eddie?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Who doesn't want to be back here? Who doesn't want to be coming back to school right now? Who doesn't want this? Did you have a good summer? I had a good summer.
Well, trying to. Well, I guess we all kind of had the same summer, huh? Hey, would you like a donut? I got an extra here.
Oh my! You know what? I actually left without getting breakfast today. That would be. Oh, thank you. Yes.
Hey, you have this bear claw. You go for it.
I am not worthy. And then Eddie takes the bear claw and he just jams it down his gullet.
Yeah, gotta meet the new principal. Gotta best foot forward, right?
Oh yeah, get a real good impression.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then, in the midst of this, you hear this honk. It's a very, very distinct honk that you know can only come from a restored 1957 teal Bel Air. Just racing into the parking lot and parking, and out steps Emily's character. Emily, tell us about yourself.
Well, you see, Penelope, in general appearance, she's think of a 1950s broad. Very tight pin curls, bright blonde, of course. Lots of polka dotted dresses, again, very 1950s, very petite, always in tall, high heels. Just about the most feminine girl you'll see. She's real excited to start this new school year. She's had kind of an interesting summer, though. A few, a couple things here and there have, changed her in some ways. But, she's ready to get the year rolling and move past that difficult time in her life.
Awesome. And then the strangest vehicle of all comes into the parking lot, where you can hear a man shouting the word stroke as the car slowly moves. And you see that it's almost this sort of man-powered vehicle moving forward. And it parks very awkwardly, because it's a little bit hard to get it around. And out steps Nate's character.
Hey, babies. What's going on? I'm the new gym teacher / driver's ed teacher. I am Roger Pummelhorse. And, wow, is that a Bel Air? Ooh, nice car. Yeah. So, it's nice to, meet you guys. Like I said, my name's Roger Pummelhorse. I coach all sports at this school except for ladies lacrosse, because there isn't another lady lacrosse team within the near 6 states.
That's a real shame.
But I'm excited to be here. And my appearance is kind of weird. I work up my upper body quite a bit, but not my legs, so I got a really big upper body, smaller legs. And my favorite phrase is, yeah, baby buddy boy, yeah. I'm excited to start this off, so let's go.
You can't
Let's
skip
go in.
leg day. Gosh. Don't people
Oh, you don't need legs.
All right. So the four of you, get together, and strangely, there's no other T-shirts that are showing up. There's only one other car in the parking lot.
Whose car
Anybody
is that
recognize
there?
that car?
No, I was just going to ask you.
It's not mine.
No.
And the license plate just reads 3 letters, GAX. GAX.
Great American X-rays?
Or great, somebody else go. JC
Is it that
kinda steps
Nickelodeon
back.
slime? I don't know what that's called.
That's Gak with a
That's
K,
Gak.
I believe.
No, I think Penelope is right.
Maybe it's gears and xylophones. Do we have a new music teacher this year?
How dare they? I wanted the music teacher gig.
I know.
As you guys walk up to the building, not only are the doors locked, but there's this strange red glow about the building. You are not able to enter through the front doors.
Well,
Any-
time to go home.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna... Woo.
Hold on, I got my upper body strength. I'll rip that door wide open.
I don't know, Coach. The last
Are you
time...
sure about that?
That's, the superintendent's real, stickler for property damage.
Well, he's a nerd and I don't like nerds, so whatever.
Oh.
Okay, and here is... Let's go ahead and take a little break from the story, because I need to explain how it is that we work things with this. We are using roughly the lasers and feelings system. So for those of you who may not really know exactly what that means, because it's a little weird, lasers and feelings. This was developed by John Harper as an ode to a song by the Double Clicks, or I believe it might be an album. But basically, there are 2 sides to life. There's the laser side, which is very logical, very much technology. It's you got your math, you got everything like that over there on that side. And then you have your feelings side, which is obviously going to be more right brain. It's more of the creativity, more of the emotions. And so every action that you take in this game is going to either be driven by lasers or feelings. And the way that we do this is everybody is going to be rolling a 6-sided die. Everybody has chosen a number, and it will correspond to whether they're closer to being more of a feelings-oriented person or a lasers-oriented person. And as we go, we'll explain a little bit more as we go along, but there are chances when you will be able to roll these dice, and depending on whether it's a lasers or a feelings decision, you will have to either roll higher than the number you've chosen or lower than the number you have chosen. And so, let's get right back into it. So, you are going to try to still open these doors. Is that right, Coach?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So, now, this is fueled by emotion, I would say. This is going to be a feelings roll. And so, first of all, what is the score that you have?
Excuse me? Sorry.
The number that you've chosen.
Oh, 3.
3.
3. Lucky number.
All
3.
right. So the way that this works is as you roll your die, you will have to roll equal to or higher than a 3. Because this is a feelings roll, you will be rolling over it. Now, there are a few different things here to keep in mind. So, first of all, the number of dice that you can roll will depend on a few factors. Whether or not you are prepared for the action, and whether or not you would be an expert in this. So, this is ripping a door open. Would you consider yourself to be an expert in ripping doors open?
I open doors all the time that are locked. Yep, just use my muscles, just jam in there, and if I can't get it myself, I'll let somebody else wrap their arms around my tiny legs and pull as well.
Okay, so right now I'm going to say that you have 2 dice. Are you
he got his
prepared
workout
for
in.
this action?
Oh, he got his workout in this morning, right?
Just part of it.
Just part of it? Sorry, that's not going to equal a whole die, so no dice. However, there is something else that can happen. If the other players can convince me that they are going to be able to help his role, in some way, and it has to be a really good way to help. You can't just say, "Go, coach, go," and that's helping. No. I need something. I need something concrete here. And so, if you can convince me that you're able to help him, then I will let you add another die to your rolls.
What Lafayette is like looking for a window and like looking around to make sure that no one sees this is happening. So
Okay.
count me out. I'm just saying. You guys, if anybody else has an idea?
So, I mean, Eddie Marco's going to be here like, do we really want to go in the glowing red building, guys? And Penelope? Eddie calls Penelope Penelope because he thinks it's funny. I don't think he knows how Penelope actually feels about it.
What a
Does
poor
he-
soul.
Anyone with a rank of colonel, does he call him colonel?
That's awesome.
Was it ever-
Okay. So, Roger, you are
Yes.
going to roll 2 dice. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, you're going to be trying to get equal to or greater than 3 on each of these rolls. And depending on whether you do it with one of those rolls, with both of those rolls, or with neither of those rolls, that will determine your success rate here. So go ahead and roll.
Alrighty, we got a 2 and a 6.
Okay. All right, so this is a partial success. So with this, I'm going to say that there's some success here, but I'm going to have to also take a little bit of an action against you here. So what I'm going to say happens is you are able to rip the actual handle off of the door, and the door is weakened. However, you can tell that this red force field thing that is happening to the school is not going to let you get in, and you burn your hand slightly. So that might have an effect on future decisions that you make.
Ah, my freaking hands!
Whoa!
Check my car in the back seat near the other levers.
How many levers are in this thing? Got it.
This is like a Rube Goldberg machine. Holy cow!
Okay, so I'm gonna put the first aid on his hand. I guess there's a cream in there for burns. This thing's really well stocked, Pommel Horse.
Make sure it's not icy hot. That'll do the opposite.
Okay, Eddie, I'm going to say that this is a lasers roll. So what is your score?
My score is 2.
Okay, so this means you have to get lower or equal to a 2.
It's a cream. It's a cream from a bag.
Would you say that you are an expert in applying cream?
I would say that Eddie has had his fair share of mishaps, and he has also eaten a Go-Gurt before. So yes, I think he can manage this.
Has he used toothpaste? Because this is a transferable skill, I would argue.
He has brushed his teeth multiple times this month.
Yeah, he's totally prepared.
I will let you have 2 dice for this one then.
Okay, and I'm supposed to roll less than or equal to 2?
Less than or equal to 2.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's not good. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Yeah, so that is a complete failure. I'm going to have to take a hard action against you here. So, as you are trying to unscrew this, you squeeze it, and somehow you manage to squeeze it into your eye. So your right eye, you will be slightly blinded, and that might affect things further down the road.
Oh, my career as an eye model is ruined!
I'm gonna go to my trunk and get a bag and see if maybe I can have something that can get us in another door.
In the meantime, you hear this sound from the bushes, kind of by the front door, with psst, psst, hey guys,
You guys hear that?
What was that?
guys, come here.
I think it's coming from the bushes.
Bushes can't talk, can they?
Guys, hurry, before someone sees you.
Let me go check it out.
Okay, let's go.
And there you see this smaller student. I would say that Eddie and Penelope, you recognize him because he's a little bit of a geek. So, he's going to be into sort of the advanced placement classes. And so he's very much into English and literature, but also math. So he's in both of your wheelhouse. You recognize him as Dave McCutcheon. And he's short, dark hair, kind of greasy, a lot of pimples, very thick glasses. And he looks up at you guys and he goes, "Oh, thank heavens, guys, you will not believe what I saw."
Great. How you doing, McCrutchy?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I got here early this morning because I was going to surprise Principal Gax with this gift basket. And he holds up a gift basket that's just full of different fruits and says, "We love you, Principal Gax." But when I got here, I saw this strange, shadowy figure leading a group of students into the school.
Why are you still here? And can I have one of those apples? I didn't have breakfast this morning.
Oh, sure. Here's an apple, even though I did see you eating a bear claw earlier, so you're a liar.
Bear claw does not a nutritious meal make. Give me that, McCrutchy. And I'm not going to get his name right. I'm just eating the apple.
Yeah, he tossed it to you, and he's like, and this entire school has this red thing around it, so you can't really get inside except for one door in the back. And he points over in a direction. For some reason, there's no red light around that door.
JC looks around. Does this seem like a trap to any of you, Mon Amies?
I'm definitely skeptical, but I'm curious. I want to find out what's going on. I do think you should go home, though, sweetheart. School's not safe.
Yeah, my mom was probably worried about me. I kind of snuck out early this morning. She knew that I was so excited to meet the new principal, and so she told me I wasn't supposed to leave the house, but I'm glad that I did, because now I can tell you guys what happened, and I feel a lot better about myself.
Well, I would say
that's real good.
Yeah,
Go home, you nerd.
Glowing school means 2-hour delay in this district, so head home and relax for a bit and wait till the coast is clear.
Hey, but leave the fruit basket. We'll give it to Gax if we see him.
You promise? You promise I'll give it
Oh,
to
yeah,
Gax?
definitely.
Okay, make sure that he knows it's from me. And then he, jerks his thumb at his chest. Dave McCutcheon.
Yep, we'll certainly tell him it's from you.
And then he starts, just walking down the street, still looking a little bit nervous, but feeling very empowered.
I take the fruit basket.
Was that Davy kid they had to get out of the urinals with the jaws of life last year?
I don't remember.
Oy.
It was, but he doesn't like to talk about it.
Well, that's why I waited till he walked out of earshot.
You would think somebody like him would know that a urinal cake isn't a real cake.
Well, I don't think it was his choice to be in the urinal in the first place. Let's go check out this door.
All right, so as you guys approach, you see that this door is not covered by the strange red light. In fact, it's actually covered by a green light, showing that, hey, green means go.
So, how committed are we to this plan of action of going in the glowing building?
Well, I mean, it'd be a pretty short episode if,
Everybody just goes home.
I mean, yeah, logic has to take a backseat to plot sometimes. So Lafayette's gonna gingerly touch the door and poke his head in to kind of see if it's safe.
So you notice as you open this door, this is actually the door to the auto shop. And you see there are about 4 or 5 different vehicles that are parked inside of it. So as you guys go in, you see in one of the vehicles, you see a student. But there's something that's very odd looking about this student. He has kind of this black kind of seeping out of his ears and his eyes. His eyes are all black. So something is definitely wrong with him.
Whoa!
Anybody recognize that kid? Anybody got a Kleenex?
A Kleenex? Anybody got a priest?
I got a sweat towel and an internet certificate saying I can marry people.
Okay, that's halfway there. Kid, what are you doing in there?
And then you hear the intercom bleep on. And you hear this voice that goes, "Welcome, teachers! This is your principal, Principal Gax speaking. I hope that you are enjoying your day and you are set for a great school year."
Do we know Principal Gax?
He's a new principal.
He's a new principal. We do not know him. We have not met him.
You have not met him.
Follow-up question. With a strange red light and a possessed child here, I'm just guessing that we've all tried to call the police and our phones mysteriously aren't working.
You can try to call the police.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna call the popos right now because something is up, and I've used a phone before, so what am I rolling?
Okay, and this would be a lasers roll. What is your score?
4.
4. Okay, so that means that you have to roll under 4. And you get 2 dice unless anybody wants to help him out in some way.
Don't worry, everybody. I got this.
Eddie doesn't have a phone. He can't help.
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Ooh, okay, so that would be a complete success.
Cool.
Right.
So, great. And also, because you did roll your number, you can ask me a question if you would like.
So, he has a Samsung Galaxy, and he pulls it out and tries to reach, I guess, just 911. What are I forget what the questions are that I can ask you in this situation.
Ask all sorts of different questions. You can ask, what a character is really feeling, who's behind this, how could I get them to do something, what should I be on the lookout for, what is the best way to do something, what's really going on here.
All right. I think I'll, in regards to the kid, ask what's really going on here and try to, connect with emergency services.
All right, so he seems to actually be possessed by something. Obviously, he did not respond to your question in any way, shape, or form, so something has taken over his body.
Roger, is that Nate's character? Is it Roger?
Yeah.
Roger, you're gonna need a bigger towel.
Okay, here. You know what? I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts. Here, take this one.
And the phone begins to ring for the local police department, and you hear, "Sheriff's office.
Yeah.
This is Deputy Smith speaking."
Yeah, I'm here at whatever the name of the school that Brady told us earlier is, and
Duncan and Drake High School?
D&D High, that's the one. And there is something going on. We have a student who's ill, and
Tell him about the lights.
there are strange lights going on. We were.
It's 6:30 a.m. There ain't supposed to be nobody at the school. What do you mean a student's there already feeling ill?
That's a great question, my friend. Mon ami, we are all here now, and teachers.
I'm sorry, Mona, what? What did you call me?
I'm the French teacher at the high school. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. We need an officer to show up, or somebody in charge. There's some sort of weird light at the school. Some of the faculty is with me, and only one door was letting us into the school, and there's some kind of red light. Would you guys call it a force field?
A what field?
I don't know if you're familiar with Star Trek.
Do I sound like I am familiar with Star Trek?
Well, people can have more than one interest. I like hockey, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Besides sci-fi. Anyway, we're in a hole. We have some sort of injured student. I need an old priest and a young priest.
All right, I don't know if this is some sort of joke call or what, but I tell you what, I have a domestic disturbance that I have to go check in at the Jenkins residence. But after that, sure, I'll head over to the school and see about your force field.
Yeah, but I can't stress enough. There's an ill student here, and I rolled a complete success. So step on it.
I'll get there as soon as I can, sir.
And then clink.
Hey guys, I think we need to vote no on Prop 48 next election, talking about the more funds to the local police department, but that's something to unpack later. Let's do something about this kid.
It's a little weird, but this summer when I was having some of my, health issues, I can't get into it, I actually picked up a little bit of energy healing teaching. I could try it.
Okay, let's go ahead, and I'd say that that is a feelings roll. What is your score?
I think mine was a 4 for Penelope.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so that means you have to get a 4 or higher.
All right.
Okay, and since you are an expert in it, I'll say 2 dice.
Perfect. Rolling now. I have 2 5s.
2 5s. All right, that is a complete success. So tell us exactly what happens as you go up to him and what you do.
So first I place my hands on his temples and breathe in.
He's inside of a car.
What was that?
He's inside of a car.
Oh, that's right. Then let's just say that I'm doing some Reiki symbols in his direction and blowing them towards him. And then we see the liquid that is dispersing from his body dispersing completely, so it's no longer there, and he wakes up.
And his eyes change to their regular brown color, and he looks around and he goes, What the hell is going on? Hi, me, Henry Jensen. This door won't open. What's happening? And he's sitting there, he's tugging at the handle. And the car starts to change. It starts to transform.
Oh, jeez.
Until it becomes a mech with Henry Jensen stuck inside. And you hear the intercom come back on. Hi there, Principal Gax again. Now we need a champion. What can you build? What can you create from around you? Let's see if you can disable this mech created from Old Man Jorgensen's car.
I have so many questions right now.
Yeah, the teachers' union's going to hear about this, Gax.
And by the way, the door that you guys came in now has a red light.
Quelle surprise.
So you guys are stuck in this room.
Well, I guess running away. I think I need a new character voice because mine sounds too much like Nate's. Well, I guess I can't get back on the bus. I'm going for more of the sad sack route now.
Lafayette pulls a hockey stick out of his bag and kind of backs up from the mech. Anyone got any ideas?
Well, being the driver's ed teacher, I know all about cars. I know that my baseball scholarship would come in handy, so I'll grab a muffler. You take that hockey stick and we'll just whack this thing and see what we can do.
Yeah, now I'm just going to point out, of all of us, you were the only one who drove a really weird vehicle here, Mr. Driver's Ed teacher, but okay.
That's more for exercise.
All right, this is going to be a feelings roll. And I would say that since you are an expert, you get 2 dice. Plus, actually, we have Lafayette helping you out with this hockey stick. So I'm going to give you 3 dice. You're rolling for feelings, which means that you have to get higher than your score of 2.
Okay, I'm a 3, and John's
Or
a 2,
3.
So
3, yeah.
It's just you, yeah. You're
three?
doing this thing. I'm just backing you up.
Okay, 1, 6, and 5.
Okay. All right. So that would be a decent success. So you do a decent job. Tell us what happens.
So when I whack it, little bits and pieces of the paint start chipping off, and I notice that it's really rusty. And we just went after that rust, just kept on going and going and going, and finally the body started to crumble, and there's a big enough hole where we can reach in and pull the student out.
Is the kid controlling it, or is he possessed again, or is he...
No, he's not possessed again. He was just trapped.
Okay.
Inside the mech.
And now he's trapped.
So yeah, you were able to get him outside of the mech. The mech crumbled and fell apart, and you see good old Henry Jensen just there, kind of in the rubble, obviously in shock. And he goes, "Thank you for that, man. Like I was scared. I've never been like there was just weird stuff happening here. How did I get here? Where am I? And why was that old man Jorgensen's car?"
Wait, did you not come here by yourself?
No. Last I knew, I went to bed last night, and suddenly I'm here in this building with all these cars.
Do you know the...
No? Gex, is that his name? I mean, I read an article and, from the school Facebook page or whatever.
Side note, I have a prediction about the first name of the principal, and I'll say later if I was right. That's all. Well, you should head home through this door that I assume is now green.
It is still red. However, a door leading further into the school has turned green.
Come with us and die, little buddy.
I have misgivings about taking minors along with us into this dangerous saw trap. If we run into that little jigsaw puppet, I'm just yeeting out of here, tell you what.
Yeah, do you think, Henry, is the kid's name Henry?
Yeah, Henry.
Henry, do you think you can hide out in here until we can get some help or something? This is a crazy day.
Yeah, man. I mean, auto shop is kind of my thing. Maybe I can see if I can put old man Jorgensen's car back together somehow. I mean, you guys did some pretty rough work to it with that muffler and that hockey stick that I think was involved somehow. I don't know, but I'll try to put this back together or whatever, I guess.
Or you can just hide in that Ford Pinto over there, but don't tap it too much because it'll blow up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go hide in the Pinto then.
Just you hang out in here and try not to leave this room till more responsible adults show.
All right, and he goes and he hides, just kind of ducks behind the door, but you see his eyes poking out, watching you guys.
Well, I guess there's nothing to do now but go forward, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Dear. And then I start nervously eating a banana.
I just love that he's
I'm glad that you guys got that fruit basket.
Yeah.
Principal Gax isn't going to get any of those, is he?
No!
Not if we can help it.
Gax trapped me in a labyrinth of doom and despair. The least he can do is afford me some of his fruits.
There any protein shakes in that basket over there?
It's a fruit basket. Oh, wait, yes. And so, yeah, apparently there is.
Yes!
Hey, real quick, while we're walking down the hallway here, Penelope, what happened to you this summer?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I don't know if we should get into it right this second.
Yeah, I just, you kind of just rakied an exorcism back there, and I thought you were gonna just pull out a crystal and nothing was gonna happen. So, just a little weirded out with that on top of everything else.
Well, you see, my fiance might have died over the summer, and I might have lost my mind a little bit. Yeah, and
Oh, that's too bad.
I was just, I don't know. Like I said, I went a little loco, and I was trying to find a way to, I don't know, bring him back to life. I don't know how that works. I've never been religious, but long story short, I got possessed.
Oh. Okay.
That old chestnut.
Wow, okay.
I took racquetball lessons.
That's so wonderful. I'm so proud of you for doing that.
I got back into astronomy, but that kind of seems like that should take a back seat right now. Possessed?
I mean, it was hard for a while, but he and I are fine now. He's real sensitive, so I just gotta keep him in check and speak real low all the time, and his vibrational frequency stays pretty stagnant most of the time.
Now, when you say he, is this your fiance or Lucifer, Lord of Darkness, from the under reaches? Who are we talking about here?
He goes by the name of Billy. I don't think he's Lucifer. He's definitely not my fiance.
But he is some sort of demon or fiend or specter, like...
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's not natural at all.
He's a Beelzebub of some... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You betcha.
I thought the worst thing that I was going to have to look forward to coming back to school was just going to be those snotty kids who sit in the back of the room and read dirty jokes instead of letting me get on with my band practice. And you're telling me that instead I'm trapped in the Thunderdome with Linda Blair?
That's about the long and short of it.
Everybody just calm down. It's going to be fine. Just don't aggravate him with that kind of language and insults. And I think he'll be fine. I'm sorry. He'll be fine.
Do you need a lozenge?
Oh, no. That was just Billy. Don't worry about him. It's all good.
Okay.
Lafayette grips his hockey stick a little harder.
So, as you guys go through the green door, you notice that it leads to another green door that says backstage.
Oh,
I hope you guys are ready for theatrical themed challenges.
Is this going to be like the actor's nightmare, that one act where, like, you come out without pants and don't know your lines?
Oh, that wouldn't be any good.
Oh.
All right. And so I'm assuming that you guys are going to go in the door, right?
Yeah, we might as well get to it.
I was just going to say, hey, Eddie, go for it.
Connect 4.
Connect
All
dork.
right. Okay, you guys walk in, and the room it's all black until a spotlight shines directly on the four of you. And you notice that you are wearing different outfits all of a sudden. So, Roger, you are wearing a princess outfit.
All right.
Lafayette, you are dressed up like a knight.
All right.
Eddie, you are dressed up like a king.
Looks like things are going Eddie's way, finally.
And Penelope, you are dressed up as a court jester.
I mean, I always liked the movie with Danny Kaye, so...
I love that movie, too.
Roger's dressed up like a queen.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me, I am a pretty princess.
Princess.
Don't you see the pink on his dress? It's clearly a princess dress.
The light just caught in my eye. I'm a little... Ooh, okay.
And then from the audience, you hear this voice that goes, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute in those outfits. Now let's get on with the show. Come on."
Oh. Does anyone remember Lear?
Come on, guys, you know your lines. We've been over this so many times. We have our first performance tonight.
Oh, I had a dream like this. I was cast as the lead in Hamlet, and also Ophelia, and all the other parts, and I hadn't been to rehearsal yet, and also I had a math test coming up. It was a bad dream.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm wearing pants this time, because that was not the case the last time I had a dream like this.
This dress is surprisingly breathable. Wow.
And then the intercom comes back on, and you're, "Hi, Principal Gaxgan here. Let's see a show. Come on, show us what you got."
Lafayette's gonna use his logic to just go back to any Shakespeare he remembers from school.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and let's say that is a lasers roll. So what's your number again?
4.
4. So that means you have to get a 4 or lower. And I'm not going to say that you are really prepared for this or that it's something that you are an expert in, it would seem.
So just the one.
So just the one die unless somebody wants to support in some way.
Anyone have any ideas? I'm gonna step forward.
Sorry, real quick. What was his number and what does he need to roll?
Lower than a 4.
He needs to roll a 4 or lower.
A 4 or lower. I mean, I did major in, well, technically it was a minor. It was a double major, but I feel like it was a minor in theater when I was in school.
Oh,
I don't know if that'd be of any help.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay, how are you going to help him with that knowledge?
I mean, I'm going to pull into my noggin and see what Shakespeare I still remember. I got at least a dozen monologues still memorized, funny enough.
All right, so you are going to basically help prompt him then in that case.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give you 2 dice. Show me what you got, Lafayette.
I rolled a 3 and a 6, so that's what, partial success?
That is a partial success.
So he steps forward and says, all the power of his wits have given way to his impatience.
So you hear from the audience, and you can now see that there are kind of like ghostly shadows in the audience, and half of them are clapping and half are booing.
Yeah, Lear is a lot to unpack, I get that, but, I just stepped on stage. Hey, Penelope, maybe you should take point.
Oh, come on! Show me a show, guys!
Are we reciting scripture?
I mean, if you know any, now's as good a time as any to recite some.
I got a song.
Oh,
you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that, definitely.
Okay, this is going to be a feelings roll then from Roger.
Is he gonna sing?
Yeah, and I don't think that Roger doesn't seem like he's exactly the type to be an expert in this or prepared for it, so I'm going to give you 1 die.
Okay, and what do I need to roll?
This would be a feelings roll, so 3 or higher.
Okay, I got a 5.
Okay. All right, that means that you do a decent enough job. You barely manage it. So let's hear your song.
Once upon a time, I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart.
And you hear the audience start singing along with you.
A total eclipse of the heart.
Turn around, bright eyes.
Lafayette misses the reference completely and is actually turning around looking like he's... Huh?
And the audience is actually really getting into it with Eddie. So Eddie, can you go ahead and roll a die?
I sure can. Just one. Because I feel like if the song aspect of this is really something Eddie would resonate with.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'll say that you're actually also prepared for this because, the song was leading up to it. So go ahead and roll 3 dice.
Well, those rolls are bad. Well, okay, I have a 2 for feelings, so it's 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow! Okay!
His king's crown is slipping down like he's Prince John or something.
I've got a dirty thumb.
You're never around when I need you.
So the thing is, you can either have a partial success and get to ask one question, or you can, because this would technically be 2 dice succeeding. So you can do it. Okay, you do it pretty good. So what would you like to do? Would you like to ask a question and have it be a partial success where I do have to take some sort of action against you, or do you want to do, or do you want to have a pretty good success?
So I think Eddie's ego wouldn't really be able to take it if the one thing that he thinks he is actually good at blew up in his face in any capacity. So I think we have to have the good success here.
Okay. All right. Tell us what happens.
Eddie is really getting into the total eclipse of a heart, and he is like really leaning into the Bonnie Tyler aspect of it. So he's got the crown, he takes it off, and he's like holding it in front of him, and he is just singing at the top of his lungs. And I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And he's like digging back into like his memory to really bring meaning to these lyrics. He does not understand a bit what's going on, but he's like, if our survival here is going to depend on somebody entertaining these weirdo specters, he's gonna give it his darndest and show the traitors in his old band what they're missing out on by not keeping him around.
All right, and the audience is definitely into it. They're singing along until everyone falls silent except for one spotlight actually goes out into the audience. And you see a student that you recognize as Lauren Larkin, the diva of the school, with black coming out of her eyes and her ears. But then the black starts fading as she goes, "Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do. A total eclipse of the
Turn around, bright eyes."
And then she turns back to normal, and the ghostly audience starts just cheering wildly, and they start just disappearing one by one until it's just you guys. The house lights are on now, and you see Lauren just standing there, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that was so just amazing." And you guys are also back in your regular clothes. Guys, I am like totally sorry. I don't know what came over me. What's going on? I don't know why I'm here. Is this the new school?
It would appear so.
We're a little confused too, and we were hoping you could maybe tell us what is going on. Like, how did you get here?
So I was getting up and I was doing my morning warm-ups as I do every morning, because you have to exercise your instrument, because oh my gosh, if you don't, it can be so bad when you're someone like me.
It's
like,
true.
People expect perfection from this voice. They expect perfection. And there was a knock at the door, and I went there, and it was just like this black shadow, and then suddenly I was here singing Total Eclipse of the Heart, which is, wow, that was just totally my jam. How did you know that?
Who doesn't like Total Eclipse of a Heart?
Lafayette starts to raise his hand and then reads the room and puts it back down.
And you see the door leading out of the auditorium turn green, and Lauren goes, so, like, what now? What's going on?
We have no idea, Lauren, and I hope you do better this year in French too, but we gotta get... If you can hide out here and we'll get to the bottom of this, just keep yourself safe and we'll see what we can figure out.
Here, have some citrus, and I give her an orange from the fruit basket.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what citrus can do to my vocal cords? Actually, I don't, because my mom has never let me have it before.
It's actually pretty good for singing. Like, not in the short term, because it gunks you up with, like, sugar, but in the long run, it's healthy.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then she actually starts climbing the ladder and goes up into the catwalk and peels her orange and just starts eating it.
Well, Eddie, I thought you were a geek, but now I feel like we have something in common that totally clips the heart.
I want to die.
Hello there, my lovelies. This is Brady. I hope that you're enjoying this one shot. It was so much fun to make, and I do want to give another shout out and thank you to all the Reviews versus the World members who were willing to do this with me. And that's John Crowder, who you may also recognize as Akula from seasons 1 and 2 of 1D10 the show, as well as he does all the art for us. So I don't know if you knew that, but John is very, very talented, and we are very grateful to have him aboard, as well as Stephen Bradford, Emily Nash, and Nate Unk. It's been a while since we've been able to do Reviews versus the World, and so having them together to get this done really just felt right, and it felt like a good opportunity for us. A quick shout out to a couple of our patrons as well. Jeremy Crane, as always, you're a rock, and we love you, we appreciate you and all that you do for us, as well as James. And James has been with us pretty much from the beginning, so it's awesome to see him there. And with that, let's just get right back into the episode, shall we?
All right. And so, as you guys leave the auditorium, you see a big sign that says Art Annex. And you see 4 easels set out with some classic paintings. So there's Starry Starry Night, there's the Mona Lisa, there's American Gothic, and the Persistence of Memory, which is, that one with all the melting clocks.
Dali.
I thought it was pronounced Dolly.
All right. I'm only going off of what I know from movies. If we touch this, is this going to be like a What Dreams May Come kind of thing? What do you guys think?
The intercom comes on and says, "Yes, exactly that. Hi, Principal Gax again." But yeah, pick a painting, any painting. 1 painting for each of you, please.
Dibs Mona Lisa.
Rude, that's where I was gonna go. Give me the dolly painting.
Sorry, this is on display in France, and I can't deal with melting clocks right now.
Okay, so Lafayette, you're going to the Mona Lisa. And the Persistence of Memory, that is going to be Penelope.
I'll do Starry Starry Night.
I wonder. Yeah, now I'm like, wait a minute, Van Gogh. That also. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, which leaves Eddie with American Gothic.
Oh, just typical.
And then, as you guys go and touch the paintings, wouldn't you know it, you are all sucked into the individual paintings. And then you see, as you look out, you can see the art annex, and all 4 of you see the same sight as this boy, about 15 years old, walks up to the paintings. He has kind of this afro, and he does have, that blackness coming out of his eyes and his ears, just like the other students had. And he goes, "Hi, everyone. My name is Arthur Arlington, but you can call me Art.
because I do so love art. But sometimes I think that art can be even better, that it can be improved. Please, won't you improve these works of art? Show me what you can do.
Is there any chance this boy is possessed by Bob Ross? Just
Yeah,
a
I was
question.
going to say, what kind of fro are we talking about? And why are none of us in a picture with happy trees in it?
Yeah, I mean, he's very, reminiscent of a very young Bob Ross. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to each of you one at a time. And you will notice that you all have these paintbrushes and this bucket of paint. And the paint is like swirling with all sorts of different colors inside. So obviously it's magical paint that will follow whatever you want to paint to add to this work of art. And so let's go ahead and start with Starry, Starry Night.
I knew that was going to happen.
And so, Roger, tell us, how are you going to improve Starry, Starry Night?
Well, Starry Starry Night is a beautiful painting, but wouldn't it be great if there were a man and a woman in an embrace kissing?
Okay, you know what? Let's see how this works out. This will be a feelings roll.
Okay.
And I don't think that this is something that you are necessarily prepared for, nor is it something that I'd say that you are an expert in. I don't think that Roger's an art expert.
No.
So you get one die.
Okay. A 2.
A 2. And what was your score?
3.
3? Okay, that would be a total failure. So as you...
They're stick figures. Give me a break. I only do X's and O's on a dry erase board during football games.
As you are painting, yes, they are stick figures. You cannot tell which one is a man, which one is a woman. You cannot tell anything about them. You cannot tell that they are really embracing. In fact, it looks like they are punching each other in the face repeatedly. And you hear Art goes, "Oh, I know that art is subjective and all art comes from the heart and it's beautiful, but sometimes your heart is just ugly. And Coach, I believe that you have an ugly heart."
Your face is an ugly heart.
All right, let's improve the Mona Lisa, why don't we? Lafayette, what do you got?
Oh, so Lafayette is thinking, what's the best thing to do here? And he thinks, oh, okay, nobody knows why she's smiling. And so he it's hard to see because you can't really see what she's sitting on. But just at the very bottom, Lafayette just paints a whoopee cushion at the bottom of the chair there.
Okay, all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and... I don't know. For some reason, I feel like you are an expert in whoopee cushions. So I'm going to give you 2 dice for this. We are rolling for feelings.
Okay. So I have to roll above my number?
Yes. Which one is your number
4.
again? Okay. So you have to do a 4 or above.
Okay. I want to take a picture and then send this to you guys. Oh no! Oh no!
Did you get snake eyes?
I got snake eyes! Da Vinci's gonna haunt me. He's like, I was doing sfumato. It was the first to... She was supposed to be like the Virgin Mary, La Gioconda. It was supposed to be like an imaginary setting for the first time. This is a classic. It's worth $600 million. You Philistine! Oh, no.
All right. So that would, of course, be a complete and abject failure.
Yeah.
And so as you go to paint this whoopee cushion, it looks like you are just expanding her buttock with a strange pink thing. And it actually does cause a fart noise, but unfortunately it is a real fart, and I don't know what Mona Lisa had been eating, but it is not pleasant, and you pass out temporarily.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. You know, maybe juvenile humor is not the way to go here. You have 2 more chances. American Gothic, what do you got?
So, I don't really know much about, like, art, so I just decided to go with the images that I find the most inspiring. And so what he's attempted to do is he has changed the background of the American Gothic painting to be the rainbow prism cover from Pink Floyd.
That's not
I
bad.
love that.
That's not bad.
And the man in the American Gothic painting now resembles David Bowie on the cover of Aladdin Sane, so he's got the rainbow lightning bolt on his face.
Oh man, I hope this saves us. This is great.
And the woman in the American Gothic painting, this is Eddie telling on himself quite a bit, unfortunately. Now looks like the album cover for Enema of the State, the Blink-182 album.
With the nurse.
With the nurse.
What a weird mix of Steven, we gotta talk music sometime.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's roll some dice. And you know what? I'm going to give you preparation on this because there's no way that you can just come out with that off the top of your head. So I'm giving you 2 dice, and we are rolling for feelings, of course.
All right. Well, 5 and 5, looking good, staying alive.
Okay. All right. So that is a complete success, and you see Art. A tear just start coming down his cheek, and goes, "You, sir, have the soul of an artist."
I'm glad somebody recognizes that, although I think your taste is questionable.
You have inspired me to maybe go back and give another chance to bad 90s music. Thank you, sir.
Hey, let's
Hey,
not,
there's some pretty good
Brady.
70s music in there, too.
Brady, out of character. Let's not say things we can't take back. That album was unstoppable.
All right, and the persistence of memory. Penelope, what do you got for me?
Well, Penelope's pretty multifaceted in a lot of ways, but when it comes to art, she just, I don't know, she doesn't really seem to know a lot. But funnily enough, Billy, like I said, he's a very sensitive soul. He actually really likes painting. So I think I'm going to call on him for a minute.
And Billy is going to add some beautiful green leaves to the tree. Some green grass.
So I, you know, as we were setting this up, I decided to let Emily bend the rules a little bit with Billy. Where Billy will change the number that she is going for, because Billy is all feelings. Which means, basically, you have to get a 2 or higher to have a success. And I'm going to say that you are an expert in this, so you get 2 dice.
Okay, but just so you know, there's also bunnies.
That's great.
Billy rolled a 2 and a 5.
Ooh.
Okay, so that is a complete success, and because you did also roll your number, you can also ask me a question.
Questions are hard, aren't they?
They really are. Oh, Penelope's back. How funny. Are there any weaknesses in our upcoming individuals we'll be facing that we need to keep in mind, maybe?
Ooh. I would say to trust your gut in times when you think that you might have to overthink something. So I'll leave it kind of vague there, but especially with your next challenge, trust your gut.
Duly noted.
Okay, and so tell us exactly, what does Billy paint? How does he paint it?
Well, he explained it a little bit as he was going, but basically, he gives this picture so much more color. He adds leaves to this tree to bring it back to life. And he adds a lot of green grass and bunnies and woodland creatures. Adds a few more trees. I don't know, it just makes it happier. You know, Bob Ross likes those happy little trees, and I think Billy does too. Billy does too.
And Art loves the happy little trees.
Art loves evil.
You have changed me. The first 2 paintings you have destroyed, but saving these other 2. Bravo. Bravo.
And as he's clapping, you see the black start going out of his eyes and his ears, and he's just standing there kind of clapping awkwardly, and he goes, how did I get here? Okay. And then he's like, oh, I guess I should push this button, and you see he walks over to the wall and he sees this button that says escape, presses it, and you guys are out of the paintings.
So
That was a scary couple minutes.
Lafayette just flops on the floor. Unless I'm revived from passing out from the fart.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what? I actually have some smelling salts in my purse. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try those out. Go ahead and roll a laser roll for that. And because you're prepared for having it, I'll give you 2 dice.
Okay. Roll this guy. I have a 1 and a 4.
Okay, and what's your number again?
4.
Okay, so that is a perfect success, and you can ask a question if you'd like.
Does anybody have any question suggestions? Is that a thing I can do?
Something about Gax, maybe.
Yeah.
We should be investigating our adversary with these questions.
Is Gax really Gax?
Oh, wow, you're asking the tough questions
Are
here.
any of us really,
I know time is a construct, but that's not what I'm talking about here.
I will say that Principal Gax is in the school. However, whether or not he's the one over the intercom is questionable. All right, and the door turns green, leading out of the art annex. And Arthur's like, so what am I supposed to do now?
I would build a fort out of these easels, son. And wait for help. We're gonna go try to figure out what's going on, I guess.
Okay, I'll try building. Thanks.
Oh no, thank you for Mona Lisa Swass. I really appreciated that. Let's go, everybody.
All right, and next you are walking into the science hall, and you see this young girl in a lab coat, checking this clipboard and just kind of writing furiously on it and mumbling to herself. And yes, she does have black eyes and black ears. You also see a table with a series of beakers of different colors: blue, green, red, purple, orange. And you have one last beaker that is currently empty. And this girl just goes, oh, no, that's not right, No, the formula has to be, okay, let's see if we do that and that. No, that'd be a bad chemical reaction. No. Maybe I can do this and this. No. That's not going to solve anything.
I'm staying out of this one.
Oh, Hello there. Hello. It's good to see you. Can you help me with the problem?
Nope.
Let's see. Math, gym, science, English. Eddie teaches English. What does Penelope teach again?
Math.
Math.
I'm a math teacher.
I started with math, didn't I?
Oh, we got no science on this one.
I'm more of a hobbyist.
I gotta be honest, it's not my strong suit.
And then the intercom comes on and goes, "Hi, everyone. Principal Gax here. Hope that you guys are having fun with all these great challenges. You know I like to test the mettle of my teachers. Make sure that you guys are up to snuff. Now, Angela here has a bit of a problem. She needs to be cured of, well, you know, this possession thing that's happening to her. And the only way to do that is by drinking the right mixture. Can you create the right mixture from these beakers? We shall see." Then it clicks off.
What do we got here? We got blue, green, red, purple, orange, and then an empty one to mix it all together?
None of these colors make yellow, right? Because that would make like a rainbow. I don't know anything about
Yes.
science.
I mean, I was thinking of, you know, doing the blue and green because, you know, I do really like turquoise in general. It's just a great color. I think my mom says that I'll always brings out the color of my eyes, as you can see, and she's pointing at her eyes, which once again are pure black and kind of smoking.
I turn to everybody and I hold up the empty one. I think this one had a lot of coffee and Red Bull in it earlier. And she's already gotten into it.
I know that I need to drink one, you know, a combination of some sort of these different flavors, but I don't know what to do, and so I'm a little bit I don't know, I don't want to die, you know, my life is in your hands, please help me.
So what do we need to do?
You need to find the right combination.
And we're basing this based on the colors only.
Yeah, I mean that's all that I have to go off of. I mean, I don't know. There's blue, there's the green, there's red, there's purple, there's orange.
All right, quiet. We're gonna go with the red and the blue, make purple, and add it to the purple, and drink extra purple.
Okay.
He likes
I mean-
purple drink.
I mean,
Coach, I don't know if
the
double
third eye
purple is
chakra is
Yeah.
the purple color, so maybe. I don't know.
See, she gets it.
Okay, so Roger, I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have you roll lasers here.
Okay.
We are doing math, and what is your number again?
3.
3. So you have to get a 3 or below. I'm giving you 1 die unless anybody wants to help him in some way.
I feel like Eddie's had some experience with like ingesting random substances, and it has not turned out well. So I think he would actually be very hesitant to involve himself in this.
Okay. All right, Penelope, do you got anything for it?
Well, no.
Okay. All right, you are on your own with 1 die. I need to get 3 or lower.
Okay. 5.
5. That is a complete failure.
Sure is.
So, what happens as you add the blue and the red and you create purple, you go to add in the other purple and you drop the beaker and that purple goes all over the floor and you can see it starts to melt through the floor.
Same things happens when I try to mix it all up together with snow cones in the summer. Dragon's blood is not a good flavor, kids.
See, I was worried something like that would happen. Now we don't have purple now. I mean, we do have a purple, but I don't know if it's the same purple as the other purple was. And so now I don't know what to do. Are we out of that option? I mean, maybe it's a good thing that I didn't drink that purple because I mean, look, it's just kind of melting through the floor. It's just going through, and oh, look at that! You can see the pipes down there, and that's just great. And I don't want to. I don't know what to do, and maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know. Maybe I should just trust my gut more, but I can't do that. I can't do that.
So, wait, the challenge is that she has to drink something?
Yes.
And
So what happens if I take that last bottle and pour it down the hole?
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm saying that this is fueled by feelings. This is, just very kind of spur of the moment. I'm giving you 1 die for this, unless anybody wants to help him in any way.
I'm just trying, John is trying to figure out if there's a trick with the color wheel, and Lafayette doesn't care about that kind of stuff, clearly, since he botched the Mona Lisa so bad. Yeah, I have nothing of use in character to do except go, oh, gee, I don't know if McCoy and Spock had anything to do with this in the original series. This is a real head-scratcher, fellas.
Okay, so you're going to pour which bottle down the hole?
The last one.
Okay, so the orange?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll feelings.
So that's a 3. I'm
Okay, what was your
feelings
number?
2, so that's a success.
Okay. That is a success. So you pour it down there, and you actually see that it erodes the pipes. And suddenly there's water that is spraying up. And it sprays up into Angela's face. And she drinks a little bit of it. And the blackness starts to fade. And she goes, oh my gosh, water, of course. Why would I drink these random colors of things that I don't know what they are? I mean, that just makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, you have saved my life. Thank you.
You know, when you're feeling thirsty, you should always drink some water. It's true on a hot summer's day, and in a swanky nightclub with flashing lights and questionable tablets getting passed around.
You spend a lot of time in those clubs?
Lafayette leans over to Penelope. Yeah, I don't think she was an honor student. Do you know this girl? What do you think?
Yeah, I have my doubts, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm Angela Edison. You know me. I was in your class. I got an A. You wrote in my last paper that it was the greatest French that you've ever seen.
Oh, right. Sorry, your French name was Madeline, and so I forgot that. Right. Remember how we always pick different? Okay. Well, good. Hey.
Right. What do I do now? I'm a little stuck.
Breathe into this bag and hide in the corner.
Okay. I will do that. Maybe that will help me to calm down. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. The water helped. The water helped.
You go through your conjugations. Get ready for this week in class, and we'll see you later. We're gonna go. Keep going down the hall.
All right. Thank you. And as you leave through the green door, you notice that you are in a gym.
All right, now we're talking.
And you see 5 dodgeballs lined up on the center line.
Bombardment.
And then the intercom comes on and says, now I know what you're thinking, Coach. You think that you are probably ready for this challenge.
That's right, I am.
Oh. Have you met James Mallory? And this very, kind of hunky, strong student walks out and, has, once again, the black coming out of his eyes and his ears. Definitely possessed. And he's like, this is our quarterback. He's been all-state since his sophomore year. So,
Yeah, buddy.
he's pretty darn good. and he is going to pummel you with these dodgeballs. Well, him and these 5 clones that I created. And 5 more James Mallorys walk out.
I don't know if I'm going to like this room, Coach. Do you have any tips?
Just run as fast as you can.
Yeah, Lafayette holds up the hockey stick in front of his face.
Okay. And then a timer starts going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time out!
Dodge!
Time out! We need to group up and get a game plan here.
And then you see it's, the timer on the big scoreboard is stuck at that 1 and it keeps on trying to go down and just can't.
Hey, good move, Coach.
Yep.
You straight
They
up...
can't move.
You straight
They
up,
can't move if it's still time out.
You straight up Zach
maybe-
Morris to this whole thing. Way to go.
So I think if we just keep the scoreboard paused, we can run up.
And Lafayette mimes beating the kid with the hockey stick.
So,
Yeah!
okay. All right. Here's what I was thinking. The students are required to wear gym clothes underneath their jerseys and their workout pants and everything. So what I suggest is while we're at timeout, we go pull down their first layer of shorts around their ankles and turn their shirts backwards. That way, when we untie, they'll all just fall over and we can bombard them with the dodgeballs.
I feel like this is a questionable way for adults to treat minor students.
Yeah,
in
real
their
quick,
class.
Coach. Like, you hear what you're saying, right? You want us to go over to the helpless child and undress them and his clone. Is that right? Like, we're gonna go yank down their pants. Remind me what you did at your
Exactly.
last school.
I was going to say, how long have you been teaching?
There. Listen.
By the way, as you look over at the James Mallorys, you see that they're all just kind of like the scoreboard. They're kind of stuck in doing a little tick to try to get down to to time starting again.
Why
So,
don't we just
obviously they're also stuck.
Why don't we just take the balls while they're frozen and then unpause and hit them from like an inch away?
But that requires no imagination.
Right? Yeah. There's a
We need to
possessed
do
kid.
something
We don't have to do it with
completely-
flair, Coach.
We could also get behind them.
That too.
Like I said, we're not pulling all of their pants down. We're just getting just the first layer because they're required to wear gym clothes under their jerseys. So
Uh-huh.
if you guys want to just bombard them really fast within a second, we could do that.
Yeah, let's call the pantsing of the miners Plan B.
All right.
There's 5 balls.
Yes.
But is there 6? There's 6.
No. Well, there's 6 of the James Mallorys. So
Right.
even if you were to get all of the balls and hit them all right away, there'd at least be one left.
Okay.
Coach, maybe you should take 2, and the rest of us can one-on-one the rest of them.
Sounds good.
So should we all just pick up a ball, and Coach picks up 2, and we line up with these kids? Do we know which one's the original?
You cannot tell because they kind of mixed up while the timer was going down.
Oh, we should have tied a ribbon around his wrist or something. Okay, next time.
The next time we're around a bunch of clones.
That's right. That's right. You never think it's going to happen, do you? And then it does, and you're not prepared. So, gotta have a clone plan. We'll talk in the teachers' lounge later.
All right, and
Everybody grab a
then
ball.
you hear the intercom, and it's Principal Gax. Principal Gax here. Hey, so are you going to get this thing going or not? Are you done with your timeout?
Time in.
Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to have each of you make a roll, and depending on what you believe this is going to happen, like how you would treat this situation, I am going to tell you whether you're going to be doing lasers or feelings. So, Roger,
Yes.
are you letting your rage fuel you here?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so that is definitely going to be feelings. And this is something that you are an expert in. And you guys all did prepare, so you will all get at least 2 dice. Roger, you get 3 dice.
1, 5, 6.
Okay. All right, so that is a partial success because you did get... Actually, that is a full success because you got 2. Okay. All right, so tell us how you hit 2 of these boys.
How we hit 2 of them?
Yeah, just paint me a word picture.
Okay.
Of throwing balls at teenagers.
Oh, and the pants down thing was too inappropriate. Just kidding. So I reached down. I had 2 of them at the same time. I took on 2 while everybody else took 1. I picked up a ball, put it right in between 2 of their heads, and when we called time in, I went boop boop, really, really fast to both of their heads.
Beautiful. All right, and you see those 2 just puff into a bunch of smoke.
Yeah, baby buddy boy.
And then you hear over the intercom, Principal Gas here, that's 2 wrong answers. But hey, good job trying. Okay.
Crap.
All right, Lafayette, you are next.
So, since we had him frozen, Lafayette's just going to very carefully line up to where he can just toss the dodgeball on the kid in a way that, like, he's not going to miss. Like, he's just looking at it and, like, you know, making sure that he's not leaving it up to chance, you know.
All right, so you are definitely doing a lasers version of this.
So I got to roll
Okay, and you get 2 dice.
2 dice under a 4.
Yes,
Okay.
4 or under.
A 5 and a 2.
5 and a 2. So that is a partial success. So in this case, I am going to say that you do hit him. However, it also bounces off of him and hits you on the head, so you are also out.
Oh.
And you find yourself just kind of disappear and then reappear sitting on the stands next to the 2 teenagers that got out from Roger.
Ugh.
Ooh, tough move. Yeah, you took out one of theirs, but now you're 1 short. And so now we have, oh, well, would you look at that? 3 versus 3. Okay, Eddie.
Point of order, didn't Coach get 2 of them on his own?
Yes, he did. But there were 6 of them
6,
total.
right. Okay, cool.
Dodgeball is not a happy memory for Eddie Marco. He is getting kind of panic sweats right now, and so when it's his turn to like grab a ball and throw it at someone, he dives on the ball and just like very inelegantly pushes it away from him towards whoever he's trying to hit. From the floor, because he is prone, because he is scared and bad at this.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead. You still get 2 dice, and I would say that with fear fueling this is a feelings roll.
I am like purposely trying to make my character ridiculous, but I wind up playing into his strengths every time somehow. Also, I got a 6 and a 4, so I think I just nailed that kid right through. Like the ball goes through the illusory kid's face and he explodes. I'm guessing I got the wrong kid.
Well, actually, with that complete success, you did happen to hit the correct kid.
Oh man, please tell me his face didn't explode.
No, his face didn't explode. Well, it did in a way, as in the black exploded out of it.
I suppose that's acceptable.
Yeah, all right.
And you see him stop, and then the scoreboard does da-da-da-da-da-da!
Charge!
And you hear the intercom come on, and all that you hear is... And the door leading out of the gym turns green. As you see James Mallory go, what the heck just happened? Where am I?
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to bean you in the nose. Are you okay?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't exactly have much feeling left in my nose after, years of football anyway, but what's going on?
I think we're being attacked by aliens, but it'll be okay if you stay here. Here, have a lemon. I don't know why there's a lemon in this fruit basket, but I'm running low on the good fruits.
Yeah, thanks. So I just stick around here then, I guess.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going on, but we seem to be getting a pretty good handle on things, just kind of like stumbling into solutions for really bizarre problems. So I think you're probably best off just staying here.
Okay, all right. I will stick around then. Thanks, I guess.
We'll see you on the field, soldier.
And as you go through this door, you find yourself in a kitchen. This is the home ec classroom.
It's family and consumer science. Jeez.
And with that, as you look around, you see a student, once again, black eyes, black coming out of his ears, who is standing with a microphone, and he's wearing a suit.
Is he the lead singer to My Chemical Romance?
And he goes, come on, get to your stations. And you notice that there are 4 different stations along this kitchen with just this, crate in front of each one. He's like, come on, we're about to go live.
Lafayette is not afraid because he teaches French, so of course any excuse for them to whip something up in class on a Friday. So he grabs an apron and a toque and just gets to his station.
And I'm assuming all of you guys are going to your stations, right?
Yep.
Some of us less
Yep,
enthusiastically.
Okay. And then you hear Principal Gax come over the intercom and he goes, all right, we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, and welcome to DICE, the only food competition show where the reward for winning is, saving a young boy's soul. My soul. I am Lance Locke, and we are live with these 4 amateur chefs. Let's see what they can do with their mystery boxes. Please, open your crates.
Freak.
It's always you have to have a ham hock and a durian and maple syrup. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so underneath here you see some Tootsie Roll dots, blue cheese crumbles, squid ink, peanut butter filled pretzels, and discarded potato skins.
I'm sorry, what was that first ingredient?
Tootsie Roll dots.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, of course. I don't know why I couldn't just have guessed that.
I missed one of the ingredients.
Tootsie Roll dots,
Blue cheese crumbles,
potato skins.
Potato skins, and discarded potato skins, it was a baked potato and someone ate everything but the
not
skin.
Not the TGI Friday vending machine.
Exactly.
Those are good. Anyway.
Yeah, they are.
Those peanut butter filled pretzels and squid ink. And Lance says, now, of course, you also have access to the basic things in our pantry. And he points over at the pantry. But you have 30 minutes to create a dish that will wow our judges. Are you ready? And go!
So, Lafayette is going to look for a big bag of weed to feed the people who are trying this. Because... Because this reads like a shopping list of someone who's just gotta have some munchies right away. Wow, I mean, I've watched a lot of Chopped Brady, and this is sadistic.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
I think that Penelope
anyone have any ideas? Yeah.
I was going to say, I think Penelope's going to focus maybe less on quality and hopes she can get by on presentation with her list of ingredients. Dress up a fancy plate, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, and suddenly we have... Okay, let me see here. Let's actually start off with Penelope. Suddenly you are just like you're sitting in a booth and you see someone hold up a cue card that says, explain your dish. Come on, this is the part where you explain your dish for the audience. Explain what you're going to do.
All right, I've just never been on TV before. I'm a little nervous. All right, so I decided to take those potato skinned leftovers and put the crumbles inside of them and roll them up, right? And place them delicately back on the plate. On another side, two other sides, I've put the Tootsie Roll kind of in a dessert area. And the PB filled pretzels is kind of the appetizer. And then I've just put a little squiggle of squid ink just on the plate to give it a nice pizzazz. That's what I got.
Okay. All right. And so now you appear suddenly back in the kitchen, and it's as if you've already been making this for about 20 minutes, and you're just putting the finishing touches on now. And I'm going to have you roll, because, you were pretty prepared for that, so I'm going to give you 2 dice, and we are going to do this feelings.
All right, rolling. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. And what is your number?
4.
4. So that is a complete failure.
Had to have one.
And so you will see how that is a complete failure when the judges go to try it. But first, we have to go to Eddie. So Eddie, you now appear in the confession booth, as they call it in reality TV, with a cue card saying, explain your dish.
So Eddie is picking the dots out of his teeth.
He's like the Rusty Ryan of this show. He's not stopped eating the entire time.
And he's brushing the salt from the peanut butter pretzels off of his face. And he definitely has smears of blue cheese crumbles on his fingers. And he's like, sorry, I didn't eat breakfast.
Except for all the breakfast that you've been eating this entire adventure.
Oh, we're well into brunch by now.
I call my dish potato skin squid ink stir fry.
And the producer holding the cue card is kind of making a go on gesture.
So you take the squid ink and the potato skins and you stir fry them.
Okay, you're only going to get 1 die for this. So you go back, there's about 25 minutes have gone by. You get 1 die. You are not prepared for this at all. You've eaten most of the ingredients. And you are going to be rolling for... I'm actually going to say lasers for this, because you're trying to complete some sort of recipe. There's not much feelings that go into this other than your hunger.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Okay.
That's a bad roll.
That would be a complete failure as well. And you will see what happens with that as we get to it. Okay. And so, Lafayette, you are next.
So Lafayette sees the squid ink, and first thing he thinks is squid ink pasta. So he's going to take the potato skins and the pretzels, use those as his starchy base, and put them in a food processor, and then extract some pasta out of it, and then use the squid ink to flavor and color it. And then he's going to use the blue cheese crumble and toss it with the pasta to kind of make a... like a cacio e pepe from hell, I guess, based on these ingredients. And to balance out some of the funkiness of the blue cheese, he's going to use the Tootsie Roll dots and put together kind of a cheesy pasta dish blue cheese, squid ink pasta with blue cheese crumble, and yeah, that'll be what he does.
Okay, you're going to get 3 dice, and you are rolling lasers.
Thank goodness. all those. Oh, you said watching Chopped was a waste of time, Mom. Now I understand each part of the dish. You gotta break it down into its components. You gotta learn what every role is to play. Salt, fat, acid, heat. Come on.
Just as a clarification, this is diced. Diced
Did
is
I
the
say
name
chopped?
of this.
Well, we
Diced.
can fix that in post.
Yeah.
Diced. How many more readings of that? Diced. Okay. What did I need to roll?
Lasers.
And higher or lower?
Lower.
Thank goodness, because I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 6, so that's a complete success. Yeah.
Yep, that is a complete success. So tell us. So we will see what happens at the judging. Okay, and Roger.
Yes.
Last but not least, you are in the confession booth.
All right. So, I came up with a really great recipe, and then they didn't even need it. I feel a little cheated, actually. So, but you know what? That Penelope, she's one fine dish herself. You know what I mean? Wink, wink.
Okay, so your strategy here, just to make sure that I'm understanding you, is that you believe that you had a recipe, but really you did nothing. You stood there. You did not create anything for your dish. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
You know that part in Inception when all of the buildings start to collapse?
Okay, I'm going to give you 1 die for this, and you are rolling feelings.
Okay. I got a 1.
Wow! Complete failure.
Well,
You failed at doing nothing. So
how does that
Does that
work?
mean you succeeded?
So you throw a rock at the ground and miss.
Like, I'm the English teacher. That's a double negative. That means he won.
okay, you will see what happens with that at judging. Okay, and 30 seconds left. Make your final touches.
Lafayette's doing some great plating, making sure that it's all wiped on the edges there. He does not want to get diced.
Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2.
Eddie's eating the potato peels.
Eddie doesn't so much as present his dish as much as he just opens his mouth.
Hands up! Hands up off the food. And then you have these judges that walk up, and you see that they are the students that you have helped so far. James Mallory, Angela Edison, Art Arlington, Lauren Larkin, and Henry Jensen. And they all sit down and go, what's happening? We were not here, and now we are... why are we in this room? What's going on?
Well, open up, kids. Here comes the airplane of death. And he spoons some of his pasta.
All right, and so first, Penelope, please show your dish to the judges and explain what you created.
Well, I've made a little, an appetizer splendor of a plate. We have some rolled potato skins stuffed with these cheese crumbles, and as a secondary, more of a precursor appetizer to the appetizer, I've separated the peanut butter filled pretzels, and as a post appetizer, like a dessert, that Tootsie Roll's hanging over there, and then I just dressed the plate with this lovely squid ink.
And the judges all just kind of look at each other, and they go, "Do we have to?" They look over at Lance, who's the host. He's the student for this room, and he just nods
enthusiastically, and Henry Jensen, who's the guy who was stuck in the mech, goes to take a bite and immediately vomits.
What's an acquired taste?
This does not bode well for Eddie Marco.
Splash, 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 splash. And so the rest of them go, do we have to try it? And then Lance shakes his head. He's like, no. That was perfect. That's exactly what the producers wanted to happen. Good job. So, Eddie, please, present your dish.
I'm afraid of that's actually what's going to happen.
Because I've been eating this stuff and I've yacked twice already.
Okay. Let's see. And then Lance walks over to the plate of Penelope's food, and he takes some of it and pushes it in Eddie's mouth. And you continue to also vomit all of the food that you had eaten.
No, my
All of
breakfast!
the plates. And then you have Lauren Larkin, who's the diva that you guys met, acting out the show, look at it and go, please no.
Oh,
and
no.
then Lance Locke, nods his head. And so she goes to eat the vomit, and with just the greatest look of disgust on her face. She looks sick, but,
Not as sick as she's going to.
yeah, she's a professional. She knows how to handle herself well under pressure and in front of an audience. And she goes, well, that was like so horrible, and I want to cry, but I'm not going to vomit on television. And next, Lafayette, please present your dish and tell us what you made.
Right, so I took the potato skins and the pretzels of the peanut butter-filled pretzels and used them kind of as a flour, just ground them down to where I could whip up a quick pasta with some eggs, and then flavored and colored that with the squid ink after I extruded the pasta, and then took some of the funkiness out of the blue cheese with the Tootsie Roll dots and tossed that all together, and so you have a Roquefort pasta dish here in front of you, and enjoy. And he finds a larger apron he's going to use like a poncho at a Gallagher show and step back from the kids.
And so Art Arlington is the one who gets it, and he goes and he slowly takes a bite and goes, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Blue cheese with the dots. This is perfection.
Yeah.
I seriously love this. I love this. And he looks over at Angela Edison, the science girl, and goes, here, try this. Angela takes a few bites and goes, oh my goodness, that is amazing. That with the water that I had earlier, that just really paired very nicely with this, and I think that's wonderful.
Water.
Thank you. That's...
Yeah, I wanted to pair it with something, and who can beat water? He just pours a Pinot Noir down the drain and just goes, nope, don't need any of this.
That is absolutely outstanding. It only has me excited to see what our last contestant has to offer.
Lafayette is just completely under the poncho now.
My dish is eat me.
And then you look down and you see the most beautifully crafted dish that's there, and you have no idea how it got there. But this is like 5, this is like Michelin star rated. This is outstanding. It's glorious. It's beautiful. And all of the judges are just like hovering over the dish and are like, how did you do this?
Well, it was pretty easy. The pantry and the fridge were open. So I grabbed a baguette. I grabbed some butter made from yak's milk. I took the baguette. I put the crumbled cheese on it, spread it with the butter, made toasted blue cheese crumble sandwiches with a little bit of squid ink, sparkled all over the sandwich, and then I took the pretzels with the peanut butter and I jammed them into a nice fine powder, and I put some more butter in that, made it a crust, and made a Tootsie Roll dot cheesecake. So, bon appetit.
Hey, real talk. Real talk. I would eat that for like maybe it's just the late night talking, but like.
No, dude, I totally would too.
And then Lance Locke looks at the camera and says into the microphone, he's lying. He did nothing. I watched him. He literally stood there and did nothing. I don't know where this came from, but this is the strangest thing I have ever seen. And then he looks back at it and he's like, oh well. And James Mallory, the quarterback, eats it and goes, oh my gosh, Carbo load me all day long. And everyone else just starts digging in and goes, that is amazing. That is so much better than the vomit that I had to eat. Oh my gosh. And then the black goes out of Lance's eyes and ears, and he goes, and cut. Great job, everyone. That was outstanding. And I don't know what I am doing here. Hey, look, it's Lauren. Hi. You remember me? I sat behind you in math last year. Hey, Lauren, over here. It's me, Lance Locke. And Lauren just kind of puts her hand over her face like, oh my gosh, don't look at me. Don't look at me. You just saw me eat vomit. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I think you pretty much torpedoed your chances with her, buddy.
And then the last door, turns green, and you hear over the intercom, Principal Gatz will see you now. And you notice over the door it says administration.
All right, let's do it to it. I'm ready to see this guy.
All right, and you walk into this office, and this principal's office. It's very fancy. There's the desk is mahogany. There's a chandelier. Administrators should not have this nice of an office, especially with the nightmare of a school that you guys have been in thus far in this adventure. And you see on his desk, it does say Dr. Principal. Yes, it says Doctor and Principal. Dr. Principal Guy Gatz.
Oh, hold on. We're going to turn on my camera. And you guys are going to see my prediction I wrote earlier. Okay, sorry.
I'm impressed.
Moving on.
Very nice. Very nice. However, you also see, there's some pictures in the office of him with his wife and his kids. But you see that man in the picture is actually passed out on the ground. But someone else is in the chair. And it turns around. And you see this little snot-nosed kid with greasy black hair and pimples and thick glasses as Dave McCutcheon says, "Great job, guys. You did so well with all my challenges. I'm so proud of you."
McCrutchy, what's going on?
Let me explain. You see, these students, they don't care about school. No one cares about school like I care about school. They get by on their looks, or their singing ability, or their ability to cook, but they don't really care. And I had to make them care, because I had to make a good show for Principal Gas as he got here. I told you guys that I was working on this.
Yeah, normally kids like you just make models and maybe sniff a little glue or something, but you're dabbling in the dark arts, son.
Well, maybe a little bit, but maybe...
Wait a minute. What's wrong with Eddie? He's been eating all that food.
You can't prove that. My stomach is empty.
You're eating food from an evil entity.
Oh, shit, Eddie.
And then Dave grins and goes, "You couldn't have took that basket away from me." Eddie, I'm going to need you to roll for lasers.
because something is going wrong in your stomach.
Uh-oh.
And you hear something going wrong in the stomachs. Well, you hear groaning start from the other room, from the home ec room, for all the students to which you offered fruit.
Oh, goodness.
And so let's roll 1 die for lasers.
That is a failure. I rolled a 3.
Okay. All right. You double over on the ground. You have never felt a pain like this in your life. You feel the life just slowly draining out of you. I mean, picture the machine in The Princess Bride, you know, where just years of your life are being taken.
No, Eddie! No, the donut! I'm so sorry!
I didn't even have breakfast today!
I think we've meandered into brunch territory, my dude. I mean, mon frere.
And so Dave just kind of steps over Eddie, and he goes,
That's what you get for failing my test last year, my report.
You deserved it!
and then he spits on you.
And goes, now for the rest of you. Roger. Now, I know that this is your first year at this school, but I hate coaches. So, you know what? Screw you.
And he spits in your face.
All right, shrimp. We're gonna do this. Mono e childo.
And as you say that, he looks over at you, and you see kind of this black demony shadow start going from his back. And he goes,
You really want to try me, Roger? You really want to try me?
I got nothing else to lose.
Now, Lafayette, you are, well, to be honest, I don't really know you all that well, but you just have always seemed so weird to me. Like, what is your deal? The hockey sticks, the mon frere, like, what the crap is up with you? I don't get you. I don't get you. And that bothers me. I don't like things I don't get.
Okay, I should just come. Oh, all the things about me that are off and seem a little bit strange in the context and all it. Davey, I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian. I've been here like I've been really trying. I thought maybe, you know, if I had enough interests in sci-fi that people maybe thought that I would be like an alien masquerading as a human, but nobody really bit onto that. Everyone just thought I was an odd guy, and it's because I'm from Ontario. I'm from Ontario. I'm not even that good at hockey, but like you can't be from Canada and not have some cursory knowledge of it. And I like to just, you know, hit the puck around every now and again on the way home from school, and of course I speak French. You know, we're dual lingual. You guys could really stand to learn more than one language and open your horizons here, you know. And Klingon's not a language, Davey. Klingon's not a language. It's really not. You may think it is. It's not. Okay, it's not going to get you very far in life. Not gonna get you any friends. Well, I mean, it could, but like, you know, you should get outside a little bit more, a little out of the basement, a little bit. I look over at Penelope and I'm like, I don't know. I think this is your wheelhouse, Pen.
And Penelope.
Is it my wheelhouse because I'm possessed? Or
Well, I mean,
because I'm a nice math teacher?
You are the reason why we're here today.
Why do you say that?
Billy? Are you there, Billy? Because it's me, Bobby.
Quelle
Oh,
surprise.
dear God.
Oh, dang.
He turns just pure black, and horns start growing from his head. And he goes, "You thought you could escape me in Mexico? Oh no. I knew that you would attach yourself to someone. And here you are. And here I am."
Well, dear sweetheart, I'm gonna let Billy talk to you right now, but I just hope you're prepared for what's about to come. Because you see, he and I have really bonded. And I think we've made each other stronger, more independent. And he might just bite your head off.
As you are saying this, the office around you starts to shift and change. As suddenly you're out on this giant platform. And Dave, or Bobby the Demon, starts growing incrementally bigger and bigger and bigger until he's about 40 feet tall. And you notice that there are floating platforms around, and wait, is this Battlefield from Smash Brothers? Yes, it is. You are on Big Battlefield from Smash Brothers.
Of course we are.
And Bobby just looks down at you and goes, "So, you ready to do this thing?"
Dang it, Bobby.
That boy.
Well, looks like we're about to.
Let's get it on.
I don't know if I can do that another time. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Oh man, once was really
that
beautiful.
did it, yeah.
though, gotta say.
Yeah, you called your shot, and that was it.
All right, so what are you guys going to do?
And I already said that King of the Hill reference, so I think I'm tapped. But
Well, I think now that Bobby's out to play, he needs to just start swinging at this fellow demon. Put some dents in him. Knock him over. You know what I mean?
Okay, so this would be a feelings roll. This is something that you are definitely an expert in. A demon fighting another demon. Yeah, you are good at that, Billy.
I sure hope so.
So why don't you go ahead and we will do 2 dice unless somebody can add to that.
JC, that is Jean-Claude Lafayette from Ottawa, is gonna just line up whatever he's got to swing at this demon. I picture he's on his own platform, just like trying to hit pucks right at him to distract, or maybe like, you know, when you like you hit a Hinox or a Hinix, whatever it is from Breath of the Wild, right in the eye, and it just falls on its butt, like that kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do with the demon.
I never shied away either. I didn't so I'm there to help. So maybe we need to put our heads together, come up with a plan.
Okay, what are you going to be doing, Eddie?
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be writhing on the ground in agony.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that is what you are doing right now.
But, you know, for what it's worth, I think Eddie is going to be, like, channeling good vibes towards Penelope / Billy.
Well, let's see. I just thought he's been eating food all day, right?
Not
Like from the basket, he threw up all of his food in the last challenge, so maybe he's just acting like he's sick. So he can come out and actually come out swinging and be a hero.
That is true. You did throw up all that food.
What about the bear claw? Spoiler alert, it was from Tim Hortons. That's right.
The official coffee of Curling Canada.
Maine's close enough to Canada that we could swing that.
Okay, so Roger, what are you going to be doing?
Okay, well, I do have a lot of upper body strength. I'm really great at punching things and breaking stuff.
Okay, so you're just going to start punching it.
Go just full physical. No weapons, just my fists.
Alright, so here's the order that we're going to do things. First, we are going to do the good vibes from writhing Eddie on the ground. You are going to get 2 dice, and you are going to be rolling for feelings.
That's a 6 and a 4.
Okay, which that is a complete success. With a complete success, not only am I'm going to let you give good vibes, which will give an extra die to everybody else. But I'm going to say that you do realize, wait a second, I threw up all that food. So I'm actually good. Have I really been acting this whole time?
I am not really comfortable with the amount that vomit has played into the development of my character. As an actor, that is not a choice I would have made. But, you know, let's yes and this. So Eddie is going to, like, stumble his way up, and he's like, listen, guys, I gotta come clean. I actually did have breakfast this morning, and I feel just so bad for lying to you all day. But we're in this together, and now I want to make sure that we get through. I'm doing this for you guys, and I'm just gonna, like, charge at the demon with my fists flailing like the desperate, pitiful fool that I am, just hoping to get one punch in.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so the next one we have Lafayette. I'm going to have you roll next. You're going to be rolling 3 dice, and depending on what you get, we'll see what happens. We are going to be rolling, let's see, I'm going to say this is lasers for you because you are trying to very accurately hit him in the eye.
I rolled 2 4s and a 1.
Okay,
That's
well...
laser feelings, isn't it?
Yep. That is laser feelings. That is 2 laser feelings. That is an outstanding success. So, whatever you say happens, and you can ask me a question
So,
if you want.
Lafayette swings back and he goes, Justin Trudeau! And he hits one of the pucks right... And then he lines up his next shot and goes, Alex Trebek! And he hits and it goes... and then he goes, I just found out today Leslie Nielsen's from Canada too! And he hits the last puck.
So no pucks for Celine Dion then.
Oh, hey, okay. Time out here. Okay. All right. John, one thing that I can't do is ever act as though I'm okay with Celine Dion in any sort of character.
And you're
My
also
heart
cursed.
will not go on.
Are you jealous of her vocal prowess? Because that's what that's what I'm smelling.
There's
here.
no denying her abilities, but I lived through 1997, 8, 9, and if I hear that song again, I just like I'm on a middle school dance floor, dry heaving. Just I hate this song, and I have to immediately chase it with Savage Garden to get myself right again. Anyway.
And as a Canadian, you even do more of yourself for this service because of Justin Bieber.
No, they've cut
And
him
moving
loose.
on!
Oh, hey, so my laser feelings, do I get to know like what his weakness is?
Well, you can go ahead and ask that. If you
Hey,
want.
what's your weakness? Am I asking Brady? Am I asking the kid? Am I?
You're asking me. I just want to make sure that is your question.
Brady, how do we? Yeah, what's the best way to defeat this kid? Apart from stepping back and letting time
Love.
do its own. Oh, what?
The secret ingredient is love.
You son of.
You might say.
And honestly, that was my
Wait.
plan. The secret ingredient was
Seriously?
love. Seriously.
So if we had tousled his hair when he was in the bushes and called him Slugger or something, should I have offered him my barrel?
This whole thing could have been-
this all would have gone very differently, but you were kind of a jerk to him and made him go home, which he didn't actually go home, of course, because...
All right, so
Okay, to be fair though, he's like an annoying brown-nosing suck-up, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
and we as adult teachers know that we're not doing him any favors by like being like, yeah, you can stay after class and clean the the chalkboard erasers and help me grade papers and.
So, well, here's the thing. So you hit him right in the face, in both of his eyes, and then just in the middle of his forehead with these pucks to great effect. I mean, he is freaking out, and then you have the realization that, oh crap, maybe I should not have done that. And so you might want to tell everybody else about that.
Is he a demon right now? Am I fighting a demon or a kid, or are they fused as one?
They are fused as one.
Hey, everyone. Maybe we should try hugs, not pucks. I know that doesn't rhyme, but I wasn't throwing drugs at him, so I did the best I could.
Okay, now Roger, it is your turn. You were just running at him, ready to use your upper body strength when you heard Lafayette say that. So is that going to alter what you're going to do?
Yes. Before I was gonna pummel him with my strong arms, but when I heard the love, I decided to tackle with a hug.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 dice for this, and you are rolling for feelings.
Okay. This coach is real problematic, I'm just saying.
Okay, 2, and a 1.
Oh my gosh! Okay, what is your score again? 3? Okay, so this is a complete failure. A complete failure with 3 dice.
I mean,
I'm going to take a very, very hard action with you here.
I mean, I'm sorry that Nate. I'm sorry that you failed, but like this feels right. This feels like.
So as you run towards him and he sees you, getting your fist ready, and then change, from kind of this growling grimace on your face to a smile and open arms for a hug, he goes, nope, not gonna happen. And he just, flips you with he backhands you, and you go flying off of the stage. And then you see, just kind of in the space above you, you notice that you have these little heads that, look like your own heads. And suddenly yours goes from 3 to 2, and then you come back down to the stage.
On a floating platform, and your body flashes.
On a floating
your
platform.
Your body flashes.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
What happened?
I think you got smashed, bro.
Okay, and
Wink, wink.
which leads us to Penelope or Billy.
So based on all that has happened, I think it's time for Billy to bring out the big guns. I know we had talked about him running and approaching our dear fellow demon with violence, but I think the more appropriate course of action in this instance is going to be singing Wind Beneath My Wings, whilst also doing the interpretive dance that Billy and this fellow demon had made many years ago.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, you are going to get 3 dice rolling for feelings.
I have 1, 2, and 2 4s.
Okay, and what is your score?
4.
4. Okay, that is a complete success. That is laser feelings right there. Yeah, you got that on 2 rolls. So this is going to go exactly like you wanted to. Explain it to me. Do a word picture.
Well, you see, when Billy and this demon were child demons, as they are wont to be, they really loved the movie Beaches. That's kind of where all these emotions came from.
Man, this is okay, I want to watch that movie, okay.
Bette Midler was their queen. That was their queen. And when they were younger, of course, they learned all the words to Wind Beneath My Wings. And of course they had to make an interpretive dance to go along with it, because why wouldn't you? Now, over the years, they separated. But this union, this song, brings these demons back together. Really just let the light shine through for their love for one another, because they are each other's heroes.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. Shut up, Roger. This isn't your moment.
Sorry. Just got caught up in it,
I mean, Eddie is definitely singing along too. You are the wind beneath my wings.
And then Bobby just sits down, and the world starts changing, and you're back in the principal's office, and then Bobby just starts detaching himself from little Dave McCutcheon, and Dave passes out onto the ground, and Bobby goes,
Billy, I've just missed you so much these past few years, and I heard that you went with this lady up here, and it made me so mad.
Well, how's about you and I leave together?
You are the wind beneath my wings, Billy.
You're mine too, Bobby. You're mine too.
as Billy separates from Penelope, and arm in arm, he and Bobby the Demon walk out of the room, and you see that there's no longer a force field around the room. There's no longer a force field around the school. You start hearing birds singing, and you hear outside the sound of many students just lining up, getting ready to, to come into the school. The bell rings, and the ringing of the bell wakes up the principal, who stands up. Hi there. Welcome to the class. To our school. I'm Principal Gax. I assume that you all are teachers here. And why is there a student passed out on my floor?
I think that was my fault. Sorry. Don't know my own strength. I think I pat him on the back to welcome back to school.
And just then you see, bursting through the door, armed to the teeth, 5 police officers that go, "We're here! How can we help?"
I knew they were going to be late. I just knew it.